evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to the galaxy of intellectuals present here. His Excellency and invited guests and my dear friends. We are here because our heroes of healthcare are working on the front lines. Yes, we are talking none other than the nurses and their noble profession of nursing. To honor them, International Nurse Day is celebrated every year on the 12th of May. The day commemorates the birth of statistician, nurse, and a social reformer, Florence Nightingale. This event was established in 1974. In fact, you will be delighted to know International Council of Nurses, a federation comprising of more than 130 national associations representing over 20 million nurses worldwide, has focused on 2021 event to highlight the future of nursing and its innovation. The theme for 2021 for the International Nurse Day is a voice to lead, a vision for future healthcare. How different is this evening? We will discover as we move forward and as the colors of the program unfold. I'm honored to be part of this program. On behalf of ICC, under the aegis of Embassy of India, I welcome Mr. Sudhir R. Gupta, Joint Secretary of ICC, for addressing welcome note on the International Nurse Day.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good evening, namaskar, salam alaikum.
Mr. Sudhirji, we are unable to hear you.
Hello.
It's okay. Hearing. Please continue, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Elizabeth. Good evening, namaskar, salam alaikum. In today's unprecedented time, when world is battling with the pandemic, there is a group of people across the globe who are ray of hope to the humankind. Nurses. They are the critical workforce battling with COVID-19, dedicating their time to protect, support, and care for people affected by the virus in the community. As we together celebrate International Nurse Day, on behalf of Indian Culture Center, I welcome Chief Guest, His Excellency, Ambassador of India to Qatar, Dr. Deepak Mittal, Guest of Honor, Acting Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, Hamad Medical Corporation, Ms. Mariam Al-Mutawa, First Secretary, Embassy of India, Mr. Xavier Dhanraj, Founder President, IDC, Dr. Mohan Thomas, IVPC President, Mr. Azim Abbas, ICBF President, Mr. Ziad Usman, IDC President, Dr. Joel Jacob, FINC President, Mr. Bijoy Chacko, UNIC President, Ms. Mini Sibi, President of various apex bodies, President of all AOs, community leaders, GM members, and friends. I'm sure today's event will further inspire many of us to take out some time from our daily routine to serve the community. I request ICC President, Mr. P.N. Babu Rajan, to speak few words on this occasion. Thank you.
guest of honor, Mr. Xavier Dandraj, First Secretary, Embassy of India, and Mrs. Mariam J.H. Al-Mutawa, Acting Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, Hamad Medical Corporation. Dear community leaders, friends, good evening. It is yet another proud moment for ICC today, where we gathered to celebrate International Nurses Day. Since the beginning, healthcare services are considered to be the noble work executed compassionately for the society. Each of the professionals in the loop has their own significance, though the angel on earth. Nurses extend the healing touch. A typical illness can be identified by a doctor and prescribe medicine and treatment for it. But it is the challenge of the nurses who take care of the patient and ensure the execution part. Nurses ensure medicines are consumed by the patient on time. Other treatment procedures are executed timely and intact to support with the body ailment of the patient, giving a compassionate assistance and above all, providing hope and confidence to the patients. It is really a healing touch by those angels on earth that cures the patient. Being into the community service for more than 3 decades, I have been closely working with the healthcare professionals in Qatar, both public and private sectors, and each time I get amused about their noble efforts contributed to society. Since the beginning of 2020, we have experienced how these warriors fight for us and keep ourselves saved from the pandemic. I have been thankful to both FINC and UNIC members, especially the presidents, Mrs. Minisibi and Mr. Bijoy Chako, for their tireless support in each of the community cases referred to them. Today, ICC, along with IBPC and with the help of Embassy of India, FINC and UNIC, we celebrate International Nurses Day, a noble day identified by the world to remember and respect nursing professionals around the world. I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of their continued support to the community, and with much confidence, I would say, keep going, the world needs you. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Qatar.
That is so nice. Thank you so much, Sudhirji, for a welcome note. And thank you so much for Babu sir for addressing the presidential speech. He is a philanthropist, a surgeon, as well as a businessman, an outgoing student and alumni of AIMS, awarded Knighthood of St. Gregory the Great by the head of the State of Vatican. With his remarkable contribution towards health and education, he has supported various communities and families and has achieved various accolades. I now welcome Dr. Mohan Thomas, the president of ISC, for the keynote speech on International Nurse Day.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Excellency Dr. Deepak Mittal, Sir Xavier Ji, presidents of ICC, ICBF, and IBPC, today's heroes, the nursing community. Let me start with a lighter note. When God created the universe, He provided a guardian angel to protect the human beings. He soon discovered that this single angel was insufficient to protect the multiplying humans. He came to the world and examined every discipline, concluding that the nursing community was the world's most righteous guardian angels. It indeed is. Today we are celebrating the International Nurses Day to honor them, recognize them, and show them our love. Nurses are a unique kind of people. They are strong enough to tolerate everyone. but soft enough to care for everyone. They are the bridge between the treating physician and the sick patient. They are the warriors in the field who execute the directions of the doctors flawlessly. It is their healing hands that nurture hope and faith into the patients with comfort and assurance. In today's world of crisis, our nurses are the angels who selflessly fight with war, hand in hand with the doctors against this unseen, dreadful enemy. They have put their families behind and their friends behind to serve the sick patients who they hardly know or who will not identify them after they leave the hospital. The service they do for the mankind should be glorified and recognized. They play another important role as well. They are the real auditors of doctors. They always watch out for doctors and put forth their suggestions if they feel something might be going wrong. Let me share my own experience. Sometimes I have to attend an emergency call from a community member during my practice time. It may be in the middle of a minor procedure where I will be packing a cotton in the ear. Because of the severity or the urgency of the call, I might even forget about that. But the smiling nurse extending a forceps to me and looking at the ear of the patient reminds me without uttering even a word. That's the language they speak. Also, I remember during my surgery days, when my eyes were fixed on an operation field through a microscope, where I cannot lift my eyes at all. How flawlessly, step by step, they give an instrument without even speaking. They are that perfect. The fluid moment between the team was musical and work became effortlessly effective. An efficient nurse is always able to understand the distress of a patient without even the need for him or her to tell it out loud. It's a task which they have to either complete or hand over responsibility to another person. This principle is universal. They are the true examples of Aristotle's code, where the need of the world and your talents cross, there lives your vocation. Nursing is a vocation, not just a job, that has sustained life and tendered for the needs of the world. Nurses are the heart of healthcare. I wish all my fellow nurses a very happy and gratitude-filled Nurses' Day. Let us all acknowledge these unsung heroes of the modern warring world. If you who make this world a better place to live in. Thank you for everything. Jai Hind, Jai Qatar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mohan Thomas, for your sharing your valuable note. A personality highly qualified in providing very comprehensive long-term medical care and support towards the healthcare and medical industry. I would like to invite our guest of honor, Ms. Mariam Noor, Acting Deputy Chief Nursing Officer at HMC, to say a few words on this event of International Nurse Day.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Good evening. You can hear me?
Yes, very much we can hear you. Thank you so much, Ms. Mariam. You are very much audible.
Thank you. So I'd like to begin with thanks to the team for having me tonight. And tonight is very, very special night for all of us. So first of all, I would like to take this opportunity and thank the Ambassador, Dr. Deepak. He was today with us at HMC, and also Mr. Azim and all the team today from the FINQ to recognize the leaders with us in HMC celebrating this successful year working together. So it was 14 months of dedication, of commitment, of caring, of loyalty to our patients. So surely, as you know, all of you, that the theme of this year is very special and very unique. And as you can see, it's a voice to lead, a vision for future and healthcare. So what we face over the last 14 months proven to us that we are working as solidarity, as one team in Qatar. Regardless of our area of working, whether it's HMC or the primary health sector or private sector or the Ministry of Public Health. We are lucky that we are in Qatar. We are lucky that we are working together across this kind country. In Qatar, we're able to have all the support from logistics, from professional perspective, as well as from safety perspective. All of us were treated equally. All of us were treated fairly. So our country and our government, thankful to Sheikh Tamim, he provided us with all the support. And the support even recognizing us in the Qatar National Day when we have the parade and we walk together as the first frontliner fighting COVID. This year, International Nurses Day, it's not a usual year because we are celebrating our International Nurses Day, and today is the Eid Eve as well. And we are celebrating today the success of fighting COVID. The numbers is incredibly decreased in Qatar, and surely soon will be back in normal. We couldn't do it without your dedication. We couldn't do it without your support. Working together, it's the most important, as one spirit, as one united team. So as you know that our mission in HMC, it's to deliver the safest, most effective, and most compassionate care to each and every one of our patients. This was so evident during this crisis. Nurses, as nurses, whether we are in frontline or as a leaders, we have the evidence that we are the lead of this. And all of you in the frontliner and even in leadership position, you're able to do it together. Without your support, you sacrifice a lot. We work 12 hours together, and beyond 12 hours, you miss your family, you miss your beloved, you miss your leave. But at the end of the tunnel, there is a light. And all of us were able to be together and united in this crisis. And I can assure you, if we face it again, we'll be united together again. So today we were recognized in the morning, and the message was what for us is thanking us being together and being here. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of all the nation and all the people in Qatar. Thank you for being with us. Without your support, we couldn't do it. We are so sad about the current situation in India, but inshallah soon with our prayer, all of us, the situation will be better and we'll see it's going to be better. Thank you for all the sacrificing. Thank you for being with us. You've done amazing, amazing work and amazing support for our patients, whether it's in COVID or non-COVID area. Thank you for being with us. You are amazing workforce. Nurses are unique and you are unique. Be proud of yourself. Nurses are treasures. We are so unique. We are not undermining our medical colleague, but we can work with any patient, anytime. We are so flexible. We are initiative. We can do things differently together. Let me take this opportunity by ending and saying, and to conclude, save one life, you are a hero. Save 100 lives, you are a nurse. And thank you for being with us in Qatar. It's such a pleasure and honor to be with all of you. Thank you again from our bottom of heart. Thank you.
That is a remarkable message. Thank you so much, Ms. Mariam, for a very thoughtful, very generous, and very nice message. We move on with a very prominent businessman and a member of several socio-cultural organizations in Qatar. Most of the nursing associations are also associated under Indian Business and Professional Council. I would now like to invite Mr. Azim Abbas, President of IBPC, to deliver his message on the International Nurse Day.
Thank you, Elizabeth. His Excellency Dr. Deepak Mittal, Ambassador of India to Qatar, Ms. Mariam Al-Muntawa, Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, Hamad Medical Corporation, Mr. Xavier Dhanraj, First Secretary, Embassy of India, Dr. Mohan Thomas, President, Indian Sports Center, Mr. Babu Rajan, President ICC, Mr. Ziad Usman, President ICPF, IBPC AO FINC President, Mr. Bijoy Chako, Ms. Mini Savi, President UNIC, Dr. Joel Jacob, President IDC. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, good evening, and namaskar to all. Dear friends, on behalf of Indian Business and Professionals Council, I would like to wish our frontline heroes, the most adorable and caring nurses of Qatar and all over the globe, a very happy International Nurse Day. May God bless your hands that turn caring into action. May God bless your touch that turns compassion into comfort. May God bless your smiles that turn love into healing. Thank you to each one of you for the sacrifices you make every day, especially during this pandemic. Your dedication, commitment, and courage deserves our deepest gratitude. We greatly appreciate your services. We dedicate this Eid to all those heroes who have lost their lives and to all who have suffered from this unfortunate illness. Mankind is indebted to the selfless services of our doctors and nurses. May God bless you all and your families. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay blessed. Eid Mubarak to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Azimji, for a lovely phrase and a great motivational message. A medical professional who firmly believes in making health every individual's primary focus, a clear communicator, an educator of overall health. I would like to now invite Dr. Joel J. Matthew, the President of Indian Doctors Club, IDC.
Thank you. Respected Ambassador, His Excellency Deepak Mittal Ji, Guest of Honor, Mrs. Mariam Al-Muttawa, Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, HMC, His Excellency Mr. Xavier Dhanraj, the First Secretary, Mr. Babu Rajan, President of ICC, IAC President Dr. Thomas, IBPC President Mr. Azim Abbas, ICBF President Mr. Ziad Usman, President Mr. Bijoy, President of UNIC, MCB, President of other associate organizations, distinguished guests, and all the viewers, greetings from IDC and Eid Mubarak. I had actually prepared a slightly longer text to read out, but we have heard from our previous speakers how dedicated our nurses have been. Therefore, I would limit it to a few lines of the text that I had prepared. Nevertheless, the theme for 2021 by the International Council of Nurses, A Voice to Lead, which has been the theme for the past few years, and this year's sub-theme, A Vision for Future Healthcare. We have heard from our previous speaker how a vision from the future healthcare has been implemented already in Qatar. This theme has more relevance in the face of this unprecedented global healthcare crisis that we are currently witnessing. And this world has never earlier witnessed the value of healthcare in health of a nation as the one that we are seeing in this pandemic. True to that statement, the nursing community has contributed significantly in this fight against the pandemic. Since they have seen the weakness and fragility of the system world over, they are definitely in a position to contribute with a vision for future healthcare. And fortunately for us in Qatar, the government and the healthcare sector has recognized the leadership role that the nursing community can play and provide. And they have no doubt utilized this very well in the planning and the execution, resulting in the escalation of care throughout this country. This has been witnessed in the opening of specialized healthcare facilities to combat COVID, enhancing nursing education, improving staff satisfaction, and investing in nursing leadership. It is our prayer that other nations too take the wealth of their own nations, more particularly in our own country, India. These nurses have to be appreciated for the efforts that we have seen, especially in the last many months. They have been at the bedside, in quarantine centers, treatment wards, triage rooms, vaccination centers, fighting a common enemy, the pandemic. It is their assistance which has provided the much needed comfort to many to recover through this deadly disease, sometimes valiantly, other times crying and bidding goodbye to their patients who aren't fortunate enough to survive. Over the past few months, we have seen them don and doff personal equipment, protection for themselves while in the line of duty, and most of the times for a stretch beyond the regular hours, almost to half a day. This is not a unique story here in Qatar, but seen world over. They have attended to the call of duty with the utmost compassion, which cannot be any less than a war on a battlefield. They have been the soldiers in this great pandemic war against human race, which has already claimed millions of lives. During this call of duty, some of them have contracted the virus themselves, at times also having family members infected and having to take care of them. A few have been irrevocably disabled, and some have even laid down their lives. This great fraternity have indeed held hands with physicians and other healthcare specialties in delivering the highest possible medical care in the face of adversity always. Therefore, the Indian Doctors Club salutes all the dedicated nurses for the heroic services to the society. And we thank the ICC for giving us this opportunity to celebrate the International Nurses Day on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Joel. It was very good insight and a good message on this occasion of an International Nurse Day. Federation of Indian Nurses Qatar, also known as FINQ, is an association committed to the advancement of Indian nursing professionals. This operates under IBPC as per the governance of Embassy of India. I welcome Mr. Bijoy Chako, President of FINQ, to deliver message on the International Nurse Day.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. His Excellency, Dr. Deepak Mittal, Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, Ms. Mariam Muthawwa, Presidents and Office Bearers of all the associate organizations, Babuji for ICC President, Dr. Mohan Thomas, ICC, Mr. Asim Abbas, IBBC President. I'm sorry if I miss out any names. And moreover, all the nurses who are listening out there, wish you all a very, very, very happy Nurses Day. Indeed, I'm very proud to address this. And this day, it falls on the Eid, on the holy month of Eid, and today is Eid celebration. So there's no more blessing we can expect. And I would like to wish you all a very happy Nurses Day. Thank you so much, Ms. Mariam, for giving that enlightened speech. And you have mentioned most of our activities during this COVID pandemic. Just to echo some of the words which you have mentioned, during this last 2 years, the responsibilities handled by the nurses was much more than the words could express. I wish I have enough words to express the emotions of our nurses. Most of our emotions were masked behind the mask. And now we are slowly getting back to normal. And even with all the struggle, I could see my nurses were smiling. They were very positive. And with that confidence, with this, we have come out from COVID to a great extent. We're still fighting against it. As we mentioned, India is still undergoing, or it is going through a difficult phase. But we are very optimistic that we will come out from that for one reason, that the Indian nurses are the best nurses around the globe, and they will definitely take this out from this COVID pandemic. So once again, I wish you all a very happy Nurses Day, and we should be really proud of what we are. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bijoy Chako, for a very enlightening message. United Nurses of India, Qatar, also known as UNIQ, is an association with an aim and objective to stay up to date regarding nursing community, career, and the leadership. They operate under IBPC as per the governance of Embassy of India. I welcome Ms. Mini Sibi, President of UNIQ, to deliver message on the International Nurse Day.
Hello, everybody. On behalf of UNIQ, wishing you all a pleasant evening. I express my sincere gratitude to ICC, IBPC, and Embassy of India, and its leaders for giving us opportunity to showcase ourselves in this wonderful occasion. In a recent article, Nurses on Frontline Against COVID-19 Pandemic by Mr. Abdullah Al-Tobaiti of Taif University recommended to support the nurses as they are the critical line of defense. Yes, we are the critical line of defense. As nurses, we know suffering of dying, the pain of death, and the grief of those left behind, all in non-expected age group and earning family members. We are the nurses because of desire to help the people regain and maintain optimal health with good medicine and magical touch of humanity and care. But those with the COVID-19, we are bottlenecked with options to help those seriously ill to survive and return to their life. This inability to save lives affect us both physically and emotionally while continuing with other patients. In addition, being a nurse, we are parents, siblings, friends, and partners protecting ourselves and the well-being of our own families, which weighs heavily on us despite as a nurse at this time. But we nurses have a divine call to comfort. As we are in middle of this rapidly moving global pandemic, it is clear that the need and service of a nurses have never ever been greater than now. We, the nurses from Qatar, proudly being the backbone of Qatar healthcare system to fight the global pandemic in such a professional and appreciable manner, we assure to fight in front until the pandemic is eradicated. I would like to conclude with the quotes of Her Excellency Dr. Hanan Mohammed Al-Kuari, the Health Minister. I am proud of my nurses who bring a unique and valuable set of competencies and experience that are relevant to the diverse population group we care for in Qatar. Thank you. Happy Eid to everybody.
Thank you so much, Ms. Minnie. That was a very enlightening and a very motivational message. Thank you so much, Ms. Minnie. A visionary and a very progressive personality who rejuvenates and ramps up the developments, giving importance to the strategic growth in all the sectors. With immense pleasure, I request our chief guest, His Excellency, Dr. Deepak Mittal, Ambassador of India to Qatar, to deliver and address this auspicious event of International Nurse Day.
Good evening and Assalamu alaikum to everyone. It's such a pleasure to join you all today evening at the ICC and healthcare professionals. They have at the forefront of our fight against ongoing pandemic. Well, the pandemic is, say, a year old, but nurses, the healthcare workers, all of you have been at the forefront from generations. You have been working selflessly, with tirelessly, full commitment, dedication, with full passion and compassion. As we heard today from our nurses, UNIC and Fink, how they have been working, the nursing hours professionals have been working, even without caring for themselves, at great sacrifices at times on the family side. We heard how you have all been working long hours, almost half a day, to some of these most challenging times. Many of you have been through the infection, recovered, and back into action. This is what shows that your commitment, your dedication. On this day, I think it is opportune to also remember some of those who made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty. We remember them and pay our respects to them. I think it is in fitness of things to also extend our greetings to your family members who have been equally part of your journey, of your challenges, who have supported you. And we thank them because they allowed and supported you to continue to serve the humanity, to show that you can live with, bring smile to others, hold back the grief of the others. We know this pandemic which we are going through. In Qatar, you have contributed a lot in support of the efforts of the government of the state of Qatar in containing and controlling the spread of the pandemic. There is, as Ms. Maria mentioned, there is also already a great appreciation and recognition as we saw you with pride in the front line parading during the National Day on 18th of December 2020. And I'm sure we continue to see you in the front line for all your successes always. We heard from Dr. Mohan Thomas, Dr. Joel Matthews, how doctors themselves feel how critical is our nursing professionals as a team to ensure the full healing touch is extended to each and every one. I heard Dr. Thomas recalling some of his personal experiences. And I do have a set of my own experiences when I used to practice medicine in the past. And really, I can tell you how deeply grateful I am to all of you. And through you, to others who have touched the lives of the mankind. The mention is made about situation in India. And yes, it is one of the most challenging time. The second national wave of the pandemic that is going in the country. And again, we have great faith that we shall overcome, and not too soon, not too far, but very soon in the future, we shall overcome. And a lot of it is because of doctors, the healthcare professionals, the nursing professionals that we have who are leading this battle against the COVID. I also take this occasion actually to also thank the entire Indian community here in Qatar who have come out in extensive support and solidarity with the people back home and generously contributed in this fight against COVID. It will be remiss if I do not also recognize and thank and appreciate His Highness and the government of the state of Qatar for all the support that has been extended to India, as also support that is given to our Indian healthcare professionals, nurses here in Qatar. Today morning, while at the Hamad Medical Corporation, I heard for myself also how there are special care being taken by Ministry of Public Health for our nursing professionals. Indeed, we shall pass through this difficult phase, but our healthcare workers, our nursing professionals will continue to be our pride. I know India today, our healthcare professionals from India, they are recognized world over for your professionalism, for your dedication, for your commitment. And that is why, even during these times, we see a number of healthcare professionals who are being sought by various countries from India, including here in Qatar. This is reflection of your professionalism. I congratulate you for the same. Once again, I want to thank ICC for this opportunity, organizing this virtual event. And I'm confident, inshallah, next year, we will have a physical event too, with your efforts, and where we will be meeting face to face and hearing your stories of how you helped humanity overcome this pandemic of our generation. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Eid Mubarak to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepak sir. Inshallah, definitely we also look forward for the next year pandemic to end and so that we can have a physical event together. Thank you so much, Deepak sir, for a very thoughtful message and a very great insight that you have shared within here. A very dedicated person, backbone of this whole program, who coordinated the whole event, without which definitely this wouldn't have been here. I wish to now look forward to invite Mr. Anish George Matthew, Managing Committee Member of ICC, to address the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Every nurse was drawn to nursing because of a desire to care, to serve, or to help. Today, on this International Nurses Day, I would like to honor all who have selected this noble profession. It's my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks to the August gathering. This day become very special by the presence of His Excellency Dr. Deepak Mittal, Ambassador of India to Qatar. Thank you very much, sir. Sorry. Can you hear us, please?
Yes, go ahead.
My sincere gratitude goes to our guest of honor, Ms. Mariam Noor, Acting Deputy Chief Nursing Officer, HMC, and the keynote speaker, Dr. Mohan Thomas, ISC President, who have graced this occasion with their presence and words. I would like to thank Mr. Asim Abbas, IBPC President, Dr. Joel Matthew, IDC President, Ms. Mini CB, Unique President, and Mr. Bijoy Chako, FinQ President, for their inspiring message on this occasion. I would like to thank Mr. Xavier Dhanaraj, First Secretary and CEO of ICC, also Mr. P.N. Babaraj, ICC President, who has been our pillar, our strength and support. I express my gratitude to all senior community leaders and office bearers of various apex bodies and organizations for being a part of this program. My wholehearted gratitude goes to the team members of UNIQ, FinQ, and all well-wishers of ICC for their presence on this special day. Also, I would like to thank the management of Thomas Health Center and Al Mufta Contracting, the sponsors of this event. I would like to thank Ms. Elizabeth Varghese, who supported us by her excellent anchoring skills throughout the program to make it successful and lively. Dear nurses, you have a voice to lead and a clear vision for the future healthcare. Thank you all and happy International Nurses Day. Eid Mubarak.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anish. And definitely the program is not going to end with just a vote of thanks here. We are still looking forward for our cultural program, and we've got participants from UNIQ and FINC who are going to participate overall now going forward with the program. So I would appreciate if everybody just applauds and welcome. We look forward to start with the instrumental music for Ligio Thomas. So if we can. Now, I invite Mr. Lijo Thomas, staff nurse of HMC, to have an instrumental music played. Now I welcome Ms. Reena, staff nurse of HMC, to share her experience and journey with COVID.
Hello everyone. I am Reena Philip with 15 plus years of experience as a nursing professional, and I am a proud FinQ member. I feel immensely proud to have been given this opportunity to share not only my experience during this pandemic, but also to be a spokesperson for the 1,000 and more nurses who have and are still standing strong and united during these testing times. I have had the privilege of working as an educator, upskilling the medical surgical nurses to work in the COVID critical care areas. I have also had the opportunity of working as a quarantine site lead, a quarantine site coordinator, and as an ICU coordinator. Let me give you a glimpse of my journey during this COVID pandemic, where me and my other fellow colleagues have fought this journey together. During my time of working in the quarantine site, I have had the opportunity of meeting, and I have had a different perspective of life when I really saw those hardworking people who make the wealth of this country, and those are none other than our construction site workers. That day is the day I realized that happiness is not in seeking pleasures, but finding happiness in the little pleasures that God has gifted us with. It was indeed a wonderful experience where we drove buggies to each and every guest house, supplying them amenities and food. Every day we had to answer questions to even which we never had answers to. But it made us feel happy because that was the first time that we ever spoke so closely to them and we were able to understand their perspective of life as well. From there, I moved on to work as an ICU coordinator in one of the COVID designated facilities. Despite being a critical care nurse by background, I was completely shattered seeing a young boy whom I had met in the camp who was in his early 30s, but now I saw him in the ICU who was struggling to take a breath. I thought he could definitely go through, but the next day when I came to the ICU, I was shocked to see him on the ICU bed, and he was on the ventilator, and to make his breathing effective, they had turned him on his abdomen. Me and my other fellow colleagues, we were really shattered to see him because he was a guy whom we just spoke to the other day, and today we were seeing him in such a situation which we felt helpless for. Being a FinQ member, it gave me an opportunity to speak to his 50-year-old parents back home, who called us and who used to call and inquire with us every day to ask him about his condition. And finally, they used to reassure themselves by saying that he will definitely be back home and he will be saved. Miracles and prayers will definitely do wonders for him. My ICU frontline staff had an additional task added to their 12-hour shifts, and that too in that suffocating COVID suit. And that task was a task which none of us could never ever say no to. What task was that? Yes, indeed, this was a time where a patient was there in the hospital, but not with his family members around him. So, we were the ones who used to answer phone calls of those patients from their loved ones who used to call and inquire about them. We were really in a dilemma whether to tell those family members whether these patients were on the ventilator or whether to tell them that don't worry, everything is going fine. Let me tell you, the nurses have learned to lie to their patients. When they ask them, will I be okay? Even though some of the patients we know might not make it because of their coexisting morbidities. But we don't want to end their last moments to be spent in anxiety. So we always tell them that they definitely will get to the end of the road. The number of patients being admitted to the COVID centers was increasing drastically, especially during the second wave of COVID, which was hit by a severe variant. It is really traumatizing to care for such sick patients, especially when you're stuck between the health of your family member at home and the much-awaited call for nursing patients. The morbidity and mortality of patients in the second wave was unfathomable. Mental health of the healthcare professionals started diminishing, thanks to the much-needed psychological support which was offered by the mental health services. All credits of maintaining the sanity of the nurses and understanding their needs goes to the nursing leaders and to other professional leaders who have extended their hand during these testing times. Each of us nurses are working hard as we can, knowing that there might be other healthcare workers who would be caring the same way for their parents, for our own parents and family members back home if they are hospitalized. I would like to conclude by saying A big thanks to the medicals, paramedicals, the essential healthcare workers, to FinQ, and last but not the least, to the entire nursing fraternity at large. I would wish all of you a happy International Nurses Day. Guys, keep up the good work, and you guys are blessed to get the call. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reena. That was very nice and a pleasant journey that you had shared with us. We have joined to celebrate International Nurses Day. However, addition to the medical as a profession, they also have their inbuilt wonderful talent. So we would like to invite Mr. Afzal Abbas, staff nurse from HMC, showcasing his talents through singing. Welcoming Mr. Afzal Abbas.
है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से, है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से। मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, तू कहीं टुकड़ों में जी रही है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से, है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से। रोज रोज रेशम सी हवा आते जाते कहती है बता, रेशम सी हवा कहती है बता, वो जो धुंध धुली मासूम कली वो है कहाँ कहाँ है, वो रोशनी कहाँ है, वो जान सी कहाँ है। मैं अधूरा तू अधूरी जी रही है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से, है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से। मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, तू कहीं टुकड़ों में जी रही है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से। तो नहीं तेरे इन तेरी मुस्कुराहट है चेहरा कहीं नहीं है पर तेरी आहटें है तू है कहाँ कहाँ है तेरा निशा कहाँ है मेरा जहाँ कहाँ है मैं अधूरा तू अधूरी जी रही है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ तू कहीं टुकड़ों में जी रही है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से है अजनबी तू भी कभी आवाज दे कहीं से.
Thank you, Mr. Afzal. It was very mesmerizing, soothing song, and you did sing very well. Not just nurses, but their family members are also joining to express their support towards the International Nurses Day. So I welcome now Anaida Maria Justin performing for classical dance.
शिव त्रैलोक्य शुभकरा संध्या तांडव प्रिय पाहि मां भवभयहर शंभो शंकर शिव त्रैलोक्य शुभकरा संध्या तांडव प्रिय पाहि मां शिव त्रैलोक्य शुभकर संध्या तांडव प्रिय पाहि मां भवभयहर शंभो शंकर शिव त्रैलोक्य शुभकर संध्या तांडव प्रिय पाहि मां भवभयहर शंभो शंकर शिव त्रैलोक्य शुभकर संध्या तांडव प्रिय पाहि मां भवभयहर शंभो शंकर शिव त्रैलोक्य शुभकर संध्या तांडव प्रिय पाहि मां भवभयहर शंभो शंकर शिवा
Thank you, Anaida. That was a wonderful performance. I now welcome Ms. Salina Kulat, Vice President of UNIQ, to share her journey and experience with COVID.
Hello everyone, I'm Salina, and it's a golden opportunity to share my experience with the COVID deployment here. I cannot tell it as a deployment, I can tell it as a golden opportunity to be a part of the history to fight against the COVID. And you all know that the healthcare professionals, including the doctors, especially the nurses, were able to touch the life of many, and I'm happy that I'm one among them. Actual my work, that's the education. I was deployed in the both wave, that's the last year and this year, for the COVID support. And I never felt that it's a difficult time, because it's really no one else, other professionals can get this opportunity. When we come in touch with many of the patients, we will feel their real pain. The words we given to them really bring a lot of ease in their mind. That is the great treasure what we nurses had. Me and my team were able to do such a great thing for the society, and we in the Nurses Day, we are really proud to stand in front of the society that yes, we were able to do it, and still we are ready to support till the end. That is the confidence of every nurses. And also the words, some of the patients, I can't remember now, that he was with fracture and he got COVID, and he was in a situation that he cannot go to the washroom even without the support. And the male nurses hold him over the shoulder and take him to the washrooms and able to do his daily routine. And the tears comes from his eyes, fulfill our life apart from how much salary we are getting. So I have a kind advice to the society now, what the experience I got from this last wave, that after affected with the COVID, we noted that the post-COVID, the blood pressure is raising up. And I have noted many doctors also suggest this, you have to monitor your blood pressure, please. Because this is, don't think you're overcome your COVID and you are in the safe place, but you have to monitor your vital signs, especially your blood pressure, and stay safe always. And we promise that we are always with you to support at any time. On behalf of UNIQ, I wish you all a happy Nurses Day and proud to be a nurse always. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Selina. That was a really thoughtful message. Now, we will have a wonderful visual presentation by the team of UNIQ, United Nurses of India, Qatar.
എണീക്ക് ക്ലാസ് കൊടുക്കാറായി. ബാ എണീക്ക് ബാ എണീക്ക് ബാ. കുറച്ച് ദിവസം എടുക്കും. ഭാവി ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുകയാണോ? പോയി പെട്ടെന്ന് റെഡിയാകും. ക്ലാസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന സമയേ പെട്ടെന്ന് റെഡിയാവും. ഇതില് എന്റെ അമ്മ വരുമ്പോ നല്ല പറയും. റെഡിയായോ? ഓക്കെ. പറയണേ ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കാതെ.
ഓക്കെ. മാം
ആ ദീപേട്ട മോൾക്കുള്ള പാൽ ഫ്ലാസ്കിൽ വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. ആ പിന്നെ ബ്രെഡും ഓംലെറ്റും കാസറോളിലും എടുത്തു വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. എൻ്റെ ചെടിക്കുള്ള വെള്ളം ഒഴിക്കാൻ മറക്കല്ലേ.
ബ്രേക്കായോ? ഓക്കെ, നമുക്ക് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കാതെ. ഓക്കെ.
അമ്മ എന്തെങ്കിലും കഴിച്ചാണോ?
പിന്നെ അമ്മ കഴിക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ.
ഹായ് അമ്മ.
ഹായ്.
ഹായ്. ക്ലാസ് കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല, പക്ഷെ ബ്രേക്കാ. അമ്മച്ചി ഇന്ന് രാവിലെ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത് കഴിക്കണായിരിക്കും.
എന്താ കഴിച്ചേ? നീയെല്ലാം കഴിച്ചായിരുന്നോ?
അമ്മ അതാരാ? അമ്മ പോകല്ലേ, എനിക്കൊരു കാര്യം പറയാനുണ്ട്. അമ്മ ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് പോകല്ലേ അമ്മേ.
Thank you, the team of Unique. This was very unique and well presented. Now, I welcome Mr. Hans Jacob to express his views and express his feelings towards the COVID and his journey.
Good day, angels. I'm Hans Jacob, General Secretary of Federation of Indian Nurses in Qatar. I'm working in an oncology and hematology facility called NCCCR under Hamad Medical Corporation. I'm an active member of Indian community and FINCU. I would like to share a few moments of my experience while caring for such an immunocompromised patients There were so many uncertainties faced by our patients. Let me list a few to you. Our own patients had to do a multiple COVID swab test. While coming to our ED, which added to their already existing tension and agony and suffering. Moreover, we noticed non-compliance from many of our regular patients. Upon inquiring, we realized that they were anxious to enter to the hospital. They have the fear of getting COVID from the hospital. Many of our patients were hesitant to come for treatments and their scheduled chemotherapy sessions and to get their maintenance medications. In addition, we had to answer a lot of queries related to the vaccination for oncology and hematology patients. Being a nurse, myself, despite following all COVID precautions, I succumbed myself to this COVID virus and was admitted in the hospital and oxygenated for 2 weeks. Being on the other side of caregiving, I realized that when people say nurses are heroes and angels, they mean it, what they say. But to me, they are the real warriors, especially on this occasion of COVID pandemic. And they set a legacy of their own. On this special occasion, I would like to thank the Qatar government and Hamad Medical Corporation for being so supportive to Indians and the nursing professionals. I feel blessed to be in this country and to see that there is no difference for the treatment for residents as well as the expats. I wish you all a very happy International Nurses Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hans. That was very thoughtful. Now, I welcome Anne Jose and Anson Joseph to play instrumental music through piano and drums. Thank you, Anjos and Anson. That was really a wonderful performance. Now let's watch a wonderful short film prepared by the team of Fink.
കരുതലിൻ്റെ കരങ്ങൾ സമൂഹത്തിനായി നീട്ടുമ്പോൾ തൻ്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടവരെ തഴുകാൻ സാധിക്കാതെ മനസ്സുരുകുന്ന പ്രിയ മാലാഖമാർക്ക്, കാരുണ്യത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രതിരൂപമായ പ്രിയ സഹോദരങ്ങൾക്ക് ലോക നേഴ്സസ് ദിനാശംസകൾ.
That was really wonderful, team of Fink. The presentation was well presented. Now I welcome Mr. Lutfi Kalambar, Treasurer of UNIQUE, to share his experience and his journey over COVID.
Good evening all. Myself Lutfi Kalamban, behalf of UNIQUE. The COVID era has been one of the most emotional and physical demanding in my career. While the pandemic is spreading all over the world each day, the experience is limitless. As you all know that we are dealing with different people, those who are walking through different situations, like loneliness, those sick, hospitalized, bereaved, and the family members of dead. It was our privilege to serve and to show the humanity at its most. Being a member of United Nurses of India, Qatar, the first affiliated Indian nurses organization in GCC, we were able to reach into our society, into our community at its best. In association with IBPC, Indian Embassy, and all other Indian organizations in Qatar, we met different issues of our people, like supported many for their medications, consultations, supported many of Indian personalities for their financial crisis, those who lost their job. We supported many for the chartered flights, tickets for many who were struggling for that travel purpose back to India. And we supported our healthcare workers to come back to Qatar from India. And recently, the blood donation campaign and the plasma donation was one of the biggest success in our social services. All these community supports were happened because we are in Qatar, the great country of Sheikh Tamim bin Al Thani, and with the support of all our community leaders. However, personally, we all had go through a tough situation. We were not able to dedicate our effort and time for our family. We used to say that there are a lot of untold stories inside PPs. It means our struggle, the nurses' struggle, personal struggles, but we are not used to highlight it because we know that whole the world is suffering. Me and my family were affected with the COVID. At the same time, my colleagues, lot of nurses with their family were affected. It was a good time for us to learn many things, to know that there are people, those who hold us close to their heart. And we learned that what people are suffering. It was a time during which we ourselves understood the pain of suffering. We believe that these time too shall pass. We shall overcome. And with a firm belief on the Almighty, we survive each day. We wish you all a very happy Nurses Day. Stay safe, and thank you, Indian Cultural Center, for organizing such a wonderful program even during this difficult situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lutfi. I now welcome Mr. Rijosh Rennie, who will present an instrumental music. Thank you, Mr. Rajosh. That was very nice. Now presenting before you a Gujarati dance by Samira Kashmira.
रास रचीलो साज सजीलो शुभ घड़ी छे आवी आछा आछा टमटमाता शमणाओ छे लावी ओ लावी ओ लावी
अपनी बनेगी हो ख्वाबों के बीज कच्ची जमीन पे हमको बोना है आशा के मोती सांसों की माला हमें पिरोना है अपना बोझ मिल के साथ ही हमको ढोना है शहनाई शहनाई शहनाई।
Thank you, Samira. This was an amazing performance, well grooved to the moves. Now I welcome Ms. Reena Thomas, staff nurse of HMC, to share her experience and journey with COVID.
Hi all, I am Reena Thomas, FinQ Vice President. I am an active social worker in the community also. I would like to share my some of experience during the COVID, especially providing death care in the mortuary. It was so emotional and tragic to see the people who scared and not able to give the death care to their loved ones. At this crucial time, I was able to address this need and care towards the deceased person on behalf of their family and relatives. Let me narrate to you about a call which I got from mortuary after my duty hours to provide a death care of a 65-year-old COVID person. When I arrived, I noticed the anxious and scared look on the faces of his wife and children who were unsure whether they could give him the last goodbye kiss. Me stood closely to them and guided and supported to finish all of the much needed formalities. I truly believe the phrases which I says, the nurses is the one who opens the eyes of a newborn and gently closes the eyes. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to thank to the Qatar government for their support and care towards the nursing professionals. I wish all the nurses a very happy International Nurses Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reena. That was very nice and a pleasant journey that you had shared with us. Now we will have a visual presentation by the team of Unique, wishing for the International Nurses Day.
Happy 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 Nurses Day to all the nurses out there.
I wish a very happy Nurses Day to every nurses.
Happy Nurses Day. Stay blessed.
Happy Nurses Day to all the frontline warriors.
Happy Nurses Day.
Be safe.
Happy Nurses Day.
We wish you a happy Nurses Day to all the nurses.
Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day.
Happy Nurses Day.
Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day. Happy Nurses Day.
That was really wonderful, team of Fink. On this special day, I want to thank all the nurses for their dedicated work that they do every single day to achieve good health and a life for everyone. From my side and from the team of ICC, we really wish to thank all the nurses across the globe, all the very best. And because of you, we are all safe. We admire you, and you hold the greatest title on earth. Thank you. Happy International Nurses Day.
Anish, is it over?
Thank you so much. And it was a pleasant evening. I hope everybody had a great share of their experience and sharing throughout the overall journey through COVID and during this pandemic. All your support was very much required. And I truly thank the entire participants who had made this event very successful. On behalf of ICC, under the aegis of Embassy of India, I'm honored to be part of the program. And we've come to an end of this program. I really thank every single person, associate, invited delegates, and our guests. And my dear friends, thank you so much. And have a great evening. Happy International Nurses Day, and a very Eid Mubarak to everybody here. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.